Well, there are pluses and there are minuses to being the size of some of these guys, but the biggest plus of all is you can't fit on this thing, Oblivion, the world's first ever vertical drop roller coaster. It cost £12 million to build, goes at 70 miles an hour, and here we go! A familiar format for this Energizer battery trophy. There are 4 heats, 4 events in each of those heats, 6 men taking part in each of them, but only 2 will go through to the big final to find Britain's strongest man. Featuring driver and Scotland's strongest man. Graham Mullins, 33. You'll see him in Steven Spielberg's forthcoming film, Gladiators. Adams, just 26. A real novice at this level. This will find him out. Gary Adams, 30 years old. He's our London bus driver. Paul Banks is 32. His 4 children will cheer him every inch of the way. And lastly, Neil Elliott, 28 years old, only his 2nd ever strongman event. Strong beer, strong men. This event's called the Carry and Drag, and that's precisely what it is. You have to carry this beer barrel and a separate sandbag down the course and then drag them both back on this particular sledge. A combined weight of 200 kilos, that's 440 pounds. Easy. Come on, you wimps. Well, these guys may be big, very big, but even they get nervous.
I'm a bit apprehensive about it because I think a few will burn out on dragging it back. So it's hard to say, either go for it or pace yourself, but I think I'll probably just go for it and see what happens.
Here we go, Mullins a little bit slow to get away. Townsend is quickly, he's first up with the barrel. Gary Adams in the blue t-shirt, former Grenadier Guardsman, and on the far side, Neil Elliott in the red vest. Now he's the lightest man in the competition. He's enjoying this part, but when he has to drag the sled, which weighs 250 kilograms in total, this could be difficult. Elliott is away, Mullins is catching up, and Townsend is coming through along with Brian Bell. Townsend just at the moment, there's Brian Bell from Dundee. It's very close for 1st and 2nd place at the moment. Mullins struggling a wee bit, and and the referees are out to see who comes in 4th, 5th and 6th place, but what about the winner?
Chuffed to that. We did the points early on, get him in good start, keep my head positive for the rest of it then. So.
Were you surprised to win? Because you're up against guys like Graham, he's a huge man, and Brian Bell is very experienced.
Yeah, but I train with some top blokes, some of them are here today, so I train heavy with them hard. So I'm not going to compete with them, so I compete with them and compete with the rest of them. And I'm fit as well, having my fitness on my side, you know what I mean?
Terrific performance by Adam Townsend, 6 points, but who got 2nd? I think it was Brian Bell on the far side.
I'm glad to pick second up and get some valuable points, because I knew that event would be quite difficult for me, because I'm not the most aerobic athlete.
It is a very tough one to start this competition with, isn't it?
I think that would be the hardest one out of the 4 heats, and it's a tough one to do first.
Now, which of the remaining events are you looking forward to most?
Well, there's none of my favourite, but I'm quite looking forward to the stones. And if the deadlift hold goes well, I could do well at that one as well.
Good start, well done.
Thank you.
So only 3 men finished the course, Adam, Brian and Graham. Their points allocated on time, the other 3 on distance covered. Well, welcome to today's edition of Ready, Steady, Lift, in which we try and transform a 12 stone 10 weed into a strong man. And Brian is going to guide us through the whole process, step by step. So, what's the first thing you have to do to transform it?
Well, first of all, we'd like to put the powerlifting suit on.
The powerlifting suit. And why do we wear this?
This keeps the whole body tight and so whole body.
Good God. Oh, I can feel it very tight.
That's where you got all your support in the hips.
Oh, lovely and snug. But rarely have I felt so snug around here.
After that, we'd put the knee wraps on.
And how tight should this go?
They should be really tight. You know when you've got them on right, when you should lose all sense of feeling in your toes. Next, we'd put on the powerlifting belt, will help support the lower back and abdominal region.
Right.
They should actually be tight as well, but
Yeah,
they fit you quite well.
Pathetic. Okay, and last but not least,
It's the tacky for the hands. That's it, you want plenty of it.
and how do you get this stuff off?
Well, usually tapping. Take a couple.
Legged strongman. Straight back. Towers for the deadlift. Holding the car up for as long as you possibly can.
I do like deadlifting. I'm pretty reasonable at deadlifting, as in 1 repetition. But this is holding as well. So there's a lot of willpower involved in blanking your mind out and putting yourself on another planet if you want. Just blanking the pain out.
Neil Elliott, Scotland. Well, we'll see Graham Mullins a little later on. The strongmen going in reverse order from where they finished in the first event. So Neil Elliott, who finished last in that first event, has got a little bit of catching up to do.
Just a question of hanging on. Yeah, that's all there is. There's no real technique. It's just a case of getting in there and giving it plenty.
Last-minute preparations for Neil Elliott. Jamie Reeves helping him strap himself on. And Jamie Reeves himself, former world's strongest man. That's referee Dougie Edmonds. And the initial lift is one of the hardest parts of this. Well, Neil Elliott from Helensburgh in Argyll and Bute in Scotland. Scotland's #1 discus thrower and cites as his hero of all time the 4 times world champion Lars Riedel.
You know,
Well, this fella is a London bus driver. Works hard and trains very hard as well. 2 hours every day of the week. Getting close to the target of 27 seconds, and he's gone past it. Good performance. And he's down at just over 30 seconds. Tremendous effort, and certainly 4 seconds in the lead at the moment. Any idea of the time at all?
None at all, none at all.
You're in the lead.
Oh, it's nice to be in the league at one stage. I don't think I will be at the end of this though. But it's hard work. I drive a London bus for a living, and I normally knock cars away, not pick them up. So it was a bit different.
Well done.
Cheers, thanks very much.
Now it's Graham Mullen's turn. I just wonder how he's going to cope with this initial lift. He's well over 6 feet tall. It's a long way to pick it up. Oh, no problem. And Mullins has got a huge chest and a very, very strong back, making the early stages of this lift look very easy indeed. Like Gary Adams, he's a driver, drives heavy goods vehicles. He's making it look desperately easy. Now, is he overconfident? He's gone past Neil Elliott. Now he's chasing the lead of 31.07 seconds. He's in the lead and looking better and better. It's just about this stage where the hands are almost going numb. He's got to lock his knees. Oh, he's gone, but it's a tremendous time. Gary Mullins over 45 seconds and looking very confident.
I felt really comfortable with that.
Will it be enough to win?
I hope so. It is a very heavy car. I mean, I've lifted cars this way before, but I think it's the heaviest I've ever done. Thanks a lot.
Well, Brian Bell has done this sort of event before, competed in World's Strongest Man. Jamie Reeves just giving him a few hints as to the technique. Second in the first event, so he's already got good points. But that was a tremendous performance by Graham Mullins, 45.44 seconds. Bell from Teeling in Dundee weighs just over 20 stones. Now it's beginning to hurt. He's beginning to breathe quite hard. It's very, very painful. 30 seconds. Good effort by Brian Bell. He's in second place at the moment. Heading towards 40 seconds now. Can he hang on and go for the lead? He's just short. In second place. 42.84 for Brian Bell. It's good to have the likes of Jamie Reeves up there on the stage, himself a former World's Strongest Man. One of the best strongmen Britain has ever produced is the Sheffield Man. Just helping Brian Bell off the stage. And Brian has always said consistency is so important in strongman competitions.
Adam Townsend, England.
Well, Townsend being shoved out there by Paul Banks. Tremendous performance by him in the first event. But in Graham Mullins and Brian Bell, they've set a very tough target indeed. Well over 40 seconds for both. Adam Townsend from Kingsthorpe in Northamptonshire. He's not a massive man by any stretch of the imagination. Weighs under 20 stones. Ooh, a little bit unsteady there. Already beginning to feel the pressure. It's a tremendous crowd here at Alton Towers. "20 seconds, going well. The next target is Gary Adams, 31.07. Now then, how much longer? I'm not sure you'd want to see him in your rear view mirror if you're driving along. Oh, he's gone 39.09 seconds and staggering all over the place. Starved of oxygen.
Wasn't looking forward to this event, so holding as much as I can. So next, big stiff, but I'm glad it's out of the way now.
Now, it looks as though, unofficially, there are 3 of you tied for first place on 10 points at the minute. That's going to be incredibly hard over the next 2 events.
Be a good day tomorrow, then, won't it? Look forward to tomorrow. Should be all right tomorrow, but that was my worst event. I wasn't looking forward to that. That's out of the way. Tomorrow's another day.
So victory for Graham Mullins ahead of Brian Bell and Adam Townsend. And what that means after 2 events is it really couldn't be closer at the top. 3 of them locked together on 10 points apiece. And for Graham Mullins, well, he's really relishing the occasion.
When I was lifting just then, things were starting to get painful. But you give a little roar to the crowd and they G up again, and then that took me extra 5, 10, 15 seconds that you needed.
Halfway there, there's 3 of you in top spot. It's going to be tough.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. The middle of the last event, I think the stones might split it, and the middle is going to be tough for everybody.
And these are the Atlas stones, an event steeped in mythology and dangerous too. Drop one of these on your big toe and your tap dancing career could be severely foreshortened. They weigh between 95 and 135 kilograms. You have to put them on their designated spots. And in case you're wondering, the guys are wearing steel-toed shoes because, you know, accidents can happen. The third event is often make or break. For 1 or 2, their dreams will end here.
And the final stone, weighing 21 stones, that's where it goes, the lowest part of the wall. And as John was saying, for Neil Elliott on the left-hand side and Paul Banks, this really is their last chance to make an impression on this competition in the third event.
In the right-hand lane, Paul Banks, England.
Good cheer there for Paul Banks from Slough. 6 feet and 19 stones with a 52-inch chest. Well, the first one shouldn't present them with any problems picking it up, but they've got to put it on the highest part of the wall, and that's 6 feet. Both together. Make sure it's steady on the top. We don't want it careering down the far side of the wall, otherwise they would have to go around and retrieve it. And Paul's going well. Neil Elliott just struggling with that second stone up on the shoulder. That is phenomenal strength. Now, the time at which these stones go on the wall is absolutely crucial in the event of a tie. Here's the third one, 115 kilograms, 17 and a half stones. Well, Neil has caught up just a little bit, but both men struggling here. Just a bit more. Come on, Scotland, they're shouting. Well, in terms of time, it's a 90-second time limit, and Paul Banks is just in the lead at the moment. He got his second stone on the wall faster than Neil Elliott. Oh, unlucky. Exhaustion as well is a factor. These guys are not really built for endurance.
Shoulder, Neil.
Oh, tremendous effort by Neil Elliott. He's had enough. The whistle hasn't gone, so Paul Banks is continuing. Or is he? I think that's it. So Paul Banks takes the lead, but it is early days yet.
Like I said in the beginning, I've always wanted to do this. I've me shot now.
You're going to tell me next you enjoyed that?
I did, actually. I nearly had it out the stop, but I ran out of breath. I had to have a little breather for a little while.
Adam Townsend asking for some support. Gary Adams in the blue T-shirt.
Ready? On the whistle.
So Adam, on the left-hand side, is one of the men tied on 10 points. Oh, that first stone, he absolutely threw it up on his shoulder. That was tremendous. Having said that, he's having difficulty getting it on the wall now. He's just a shade under 6 feet tall. So Gary Adams catches Adam Townsend up. And still Graham Mullins and Brian Bell to go in this competition. That's a big mistake by Adam. And this could be one of Gary Adams' best performances so far. Well, Brian Bell, who goes in the next heat, he's done this event many, many times, and I think experience might tell here. Gary Adams on the third stone. Adam Townsend really struggling. He's resting that stone almost on his head. Well, Gary failing there, just as Paul and Neil did on the third stone. I have seen one or two men get all 5 stones up, but they were very special athletes in the World's Strongest Man final. And Yuka Ahola, who managed that, is actually here at Alton Towers today watching. He may well give them a few tips as well. Now, if he can get this one up, he goes into the lead, as would Gary. That's it. So the timekeepers will confer to see who goes into the lead. I suspect Paul Banks is the fastest so far from the first heat. And indeed it is. Paul Banks 20.40, Gary Adams 28.44, and Adam Townsend over 50 seconds.
Yeah, I was looking forward to it, but I've never done the actual stones onto the blocks. No problem picking stones up, just getting underneath them to get them on top. I just couldn't get myself underneath them to get them on top, so you learn, don't you, from your mistakes. Let's go win a medley now.
Well, Graham Mullins on the right-hand side and Brian Bell will not want to make any mistakes at this stage in the competition. Bell, very experienced at this event. Away we go. Don't expect blinding speed in terms of the running. This is all about guts and determination, and it's Bell who's away first. Oh, Mullins catches up so quickly. He's a very tall man, about 6'3". He just popped that first one on his shoulder as he does the second. So Brian Bell is quicker over the ground, but Mullins is finding this quite easy. Nobody has yet managed to get the third stone up. It's Bell and Mullins going head-to-head, and Mullins does it. Bell too, this is fantastic. So both of them guaranteed either first or second place in this third contest, and they could both be on their way to the final after this as well. Oh, Bell's dropped that one. The fourth stone weighing 20 stones exactly, 130 kilograms. Mullins has got it. That is fantastic. Well, I think Graham Mullins has won this one. Brian Bell looks absolutely exhausted, and Mullins is having a good look just to see what's going on. He doesn't have to lift the 5th stone. He's ahead, and that is it. Well done to Graham Mullins. His second victory in a row, and that is so important. And Mr. Consistency, Brian Bell is in the points again.
I'm so pleased because I've never done the stones in this fashion before with the high platforms. Obviously the height suits me, but at this end they're all on the floor. It's a hell of a long way for me to go down. But when I got to the 4th one and got it up, it felt good. Getting it up there felt good. And on the 5th one I thought I'll just wait and see what Brian's doing. I didn't want to attempt it and waste any energy unless I had to.
He didn't have to. Graham Mullins, the only man to lift 4 stones. Brian Bell, the only man to lift 3. And the way things are looking after 3 events, it really is a 2-man race. Mullins and Bell almost certain to make it through to the final, unless... because things can go horribly wrong in the final event. And here we are, back in front of the castle for a real test of strength. 3 elements to our last event, the medley: lifting the dead weight, carrying the barrel, and flipping this massive tyre. 380 kilograms, that's more than 60 stone. Makes you tired just thinking about it. Well, the first heat was won by Neil Elliott, so here we are with the second. 2 of these 3 will make it through to the final.
Adam Townsend, well, it would have to be a phenomenal display here by Adam if he's going to make it through to the final. Mathematically, it's possible, but really, Graham Mullins, the biggest man in this heat, who's won 2 events already, and Brian Bell look as though they're safe and sound. Adam Townsend enjoying the experience, though, that's for sure, and he'll be back next year. 200 kilograms, this weight, and they've got to run with it. Can you believe it? Here we go. Bit of protection around the knees. Oh my goodness, Adam Townsend, an early problem there. Mullins in the lead. And then this huge tyre. Bell and Townsend together. A bit of pride at stake here, not just the point of going through to the final, but I'm sure Bell or Mullins would like to win the heat. A little psychological edge there, and there's Jukka Ahola, world's strongest man 2 years ago. He's one of the marshals here, just checking for safety that that tyre doesn't fall down and hurt the athlete. It's Brian Bell in the lead. Mullins has slowed down a little bit. Bell and Townsend together. Both coming back now for the last barrel. If Bell wins this event, he's won the overall heat. And Bell gets it. Scotland are in the final. Adam Townsend will have to wait another 12 months for his chance. And the way the clock is ticking, Mullins will finish in third place. He guarantees his place in the final. Let's talk to the winner first, Brian. Many congratulations. You didn't make any mistakes at all, did you?
No, I couldn't afford to make any mistakes, but I have to break my consistency and get first this time.
And through to the final, you've got to be delighted with that.
I'm delighted to be in the top 8 now in Britain, yeah. Probably a little bit of mental problem because I knew I was safe. All I had to do was put the block over the line and I was still through to the finals. But you don't do that. You come here to put the show on for the crowd. So I thought I'd go for it.
But it was always going to be enough, as Graham knew, even though Adam Townsend did really well to manage to split the big two. And all that means is that we now know the first two finalists, Scotland's Bell and South Yorkshire's Mullins, one step nearer being Britain's strongest man. Well, Brian, congratulations on winning that heat. Just before we finish, though, there's one little test we'd like you to do, and this is a test your strength machine. Just show us how powerful you really are. So grand score of 10 for Brian. Here, though, we have Doreen, who's a grandma from Maryport in Cumbria. Just show Brian, you know, where he's going wrong. You've got that expert technique. Give it a good whack. Go on.
Enough?
Enough. 93. I rest my case.
And John's back with more hopefuls tomorrow evening at the same time. Stay here with BBC One, where the bank holiday workout continues. 4 British hopefuls en route to the Sydney Olympics next.
So here we are at Alton Towers, where 24 men are trying to be Britain's strongest man and win the Energizer battery trophy. They can all lift a washing machine, that's easy. But how many of them have been inside one? So the 24 men are all competing for the Energizer battery trophy, and 2 are through to the final already after the first heat. Brian Bell and Graham Mullins waiting to see who will join them in the final. And in Heat 2, all human life is here. A chef, a gym owner, a TV researcher, a joiner, a mechanic and a prison officer. Glenn Ross is 28 and he's already Ireland's strongest man. Rod Dixon's 25. His gym is called Samson and Delilah. Colin Bryce, just 24, the youngest man in this Heat 2. Stuart Murray, 27, one of Britain's representatives in last year's World's Strongest Man. Alan Turner, 42, the oldest man in the competition. And John Kiss, he's 30, he lists his favourite food as anything. Well, this event's called the Farmer's Walk, simple enough. Pick up these 2 oxygen bottles, combined weight getting on for 500 pounds, carry them 40 metres, put them down, and then your arms drop off. And we'll start in the main square in front of the castle here at Alton Towers with your commentator Paul Dickinson.
Great atmosphere here this morning at Alton Towers as John Kiss, the first competitor, comes out. Johnny Kiss from Hayes in Middlesex. Prison officer, learned his trade in strongman competitions by working with former World's Strongest Man Gary Taylor. And this is Colin Bryce from Glasgow. Highland Games expert, but a novice in these sort of strongman events. Huge Glenn Ross, the heaviest man in Britain's Strongest Man this year, 180 kilograms. But what sort of speed has he got? Rob Dixon, comparative novice as well, from Wigington in Yorkshire, owns his own gym, so gets plenty of time to train. Stuart Murray, the shortest man in the competition, but look at those arms, absolutely massive. And finally, Alan Turner, the oldest man in the competition. Alan coming from Concert in County Durham.
I feel a little bit under pressure because I've heard a few people have put me down for favourite for this age, which I don't like. I'm just going to play my own game. I've got to play my own game, and hopefully I should do okay.
How well do you know this event?
Quite well. The ones I've used before have been a little bit higher off the ground, so it's more like a deadlift to start off with, then go. Just very explosive. There's no time. Just give it all you've got. That's all I've got to do.
First of all, you've got to get it up and get stable, and then just short steps. You overstride, your leg will go, you'll collapse. And that's your worst nightmare, because you've got to pick it up again.
Sounds fun.
Why am I doing it? I don't know.
Referee Dougie Edmonds in charge as always. Johnny Kiss on this side. And here we go, and I tell you what, lifting these cylinders, well, it's like lifting a full refrigerator in each hand. They're absolutely massive. And it's Glenn Ross who gets there first. Well, we questioned his mobility down the course, but he's proving he can move as well as look very strong indeed. But Stuart Murray leads. The Scot has gone into the lead, chased by Glenn Ross and Alan Turner on the far side. Murray wins it, Ross in second. But who's going to get third? Alan Turner gets it on the far side. Well done to him. Those huge arms being put to good use today for Murray. Now then, who can get fourth place? It's Rob Dixon ahead of Colin Bryce, but here comes Colin Bryce. He's going to go past him. Or is he? Yes, he does. Bryce in fourth place. Rob Dixon really struggling, but where is Johnny Kiss? There he is in the red T-shirt. I think both of them will have given up. Johnny Kiss finding it desperately difficult. He's still having a go. And it's all over now. Johnny Kiss's first ever Britain's Strongest Man event in 6th place.
To be quite honest, I felt quite light. I've done heavier.
Quite light? Are you serious?
Yeah, seriously, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, let's have a look at these big arms that helped you along the way. Fantastic.
Anyway, boys, I'll tell you, if I have a weak event in strength, it's a farmer's walk for distance. So I'm absolutely thrilled. I've worked hard on it in the last few months, trying to get my speed up, and it's come good today.
So less than a second in it, but Stuart Murray came out on top, although Glenn Ross is clearly in confident mood. Now, there are lots of trees at Alton Towers, some of them bigger than others. Well, lifting logs is a pretty serious business. You can jerk and you can push press this, but you can't dip or split it. I thought you ought to know that. And it's 380 kilograms, which in anybody's terms is a very big log.
John Inverdale absolutely right. The biggest log I think any of these men have ever seen, let alone lifted, and it's Johnny Kiss who's going to try first. It's on a pivot, so the actual weight they're feeling is around about 110 kilos. That's about 17 stones. You've got to have phenomenally strong arms to do this. The referee, Dougie Edmonds, says get away, and he hasn't counted that first one, I think because of an excessive dip on his legs. So Johnny Kiss, that's 4 repetitions. And this guy who trains with former World's Strongest Man, Welshman Gary Taylor, both prison officers, and you wouldn't mess with these two guys, would you? Johnny Kiss going pretty well, finishing last in the first event, so he needs very good points here if he's going to stay in the hunt for a place in the final. This is good from Johnny Kiss. He's gone up to 12. Can he squeeze one more out? Oh, he's come to a resting position on his shoulders. Come on, just one more. That is it. But I think he's enjoyed this event. A much more confident event for Johnny Kiss.
Pressing's more my sort of forte. From the powerlifting background, I enjoy this a lot more, especially from this morning.
Rob Dixon.
Get ready.
A phenomenal target by Johnny Kiss that he's got to go for. Well, referee Dougie Edmonds has given him that one. Just a little bit of a dip with the knees. I suppose he's letting him get away with that. But imagine 16.5 stones. If you had a 16.5 stone man and you try to push him over your head as many times as possible, that's how difficult it is. The balance is crucial too. And he's going well. 12 the target. He's equal to it. And he goes into the lead. 5th in the last event. So this looks much, much better for Rob Dixon. Dixon, the Yorkshireman. Oh, he's faltered there, but 16 repetitions, a big smile on his face. He's done very well indeed. A little bit phased by the experience, perhaps, but that was phenomenal.
Well, 2 of the guys found the going really tough. Colin Bryce managed only 8 repetitions, and things were even harder for Alan Turner, just the 6 from him.
Now the big man, Glenn Ross, 2nd in the first event, so has already got a valuable 5 points.
Get ready.
And I really do think Glenn Ross fancies his chances here. Oh, look at that, it's so easy. No dip of the legs, just shoulder and arm strength. Well, we questioned his speed in the first event. There was nothing wrong there. I wonder how his endurance is. 180 kilograms he weighs. And there's his wife, a newborn baby. He's got tremendous support, and already he's a great favourite with the crowd. Now remember, he's chasing the lead of 16 repetitions by Rob Dixon. Goes past Johnny Kiss. There's only Stuart Murray to go in this event. And Glenn Ross, can he get the last one? Yes, he can. He goes into the lead. He's going to go for even more, to make it even more difficult for Stuart Murray, and he's done it. That is incredible. 18 repetitions. I don't know whether anybody has ever done that before. Glenn Ross is going to be tough to beat, that is for sure.
I found it difficult even just to get underneath it to start it, but once I was in, it wasn't too bad. And I was very pleased.
I still think that Stuart fancies his chances in this one.
Well, Stuart is a very good shoulder presser. Very, very good. He's improved a lot in the log this year. And I mean, I'm getting on the way. I'm sort of watching. We'll watch him.
I'm sure he will be watching him very carefully. Stuart Murray, well under 6 feet tall, but those arms of his are bigger than most people's legs.
Down, Stuart.
They're way over 20 inches around the circumference of his biceps and his triceps. Murray from Colside in Dumfries in Scotland. Slowly but steadily. Rob Dixon in second place with 16 repetitions. Now then, Johnny Kiss has got 12, Colin Bryce 8 and Alan Turner 6. Murray is going well. Glenn Ross was a little faster, but that doesn't matter. Oh, he's struggling a wee bit. I think Glenn Ross has got it in the bag. But still, the Irishman cheering on the Scotsman. That's it. That is a big surprise. Stuart Murray is going to finish down in 4th place. Northern Ireland gets it through Glenn Ross. Ross's first victory of this second heat.
So disappointing for Stuart Murray, just the 11 repetitions there. Glenn Ross and Rob Dixon out on their own. And all that means that the Irishman is now in the box seat at the halfway stage of this Heat 2.
1 point behind the leader going into that event, 2 points ahead now. That's pretty good.
Well, today I had to do the business today, you know, and I've done it, you know, because tomorrow is for the fit boys. But like I said, I've been working on my fitness, and I've already surprised them this year in my fitness, how fit I am. But it was a crowd that done it, I think, today, the cheering and everything, Bob setting all the tires and that, and I'm enjoying the competition.
Well, this is Yvonne Ross, and her husband's called Glenn, and he's in this competition, and he's very big, and this is his sweatshirt, and we're both in it. So, if you're sort of buying clothes for him, you can't just sort of nip down to the local, you know, mainstream store and just say, I want 4 shirts, can you?
No, not at all, because at home, nobody knows really what a big man is. A big man at home is like a 56-inch chest. Glenn's like 64-inch chest. I have to send away for catalogues over the water, Scotland and England, but at home it's nearly impossible.
What about around the thighs and sort of trouser size?
Very, very big trousers. I can't remember exactly his leg measurement, but that's like the biggest part of him.
What is the best thing about being married to somebody of his build?
He makes you look thinner when you're walking aside. He's great for carrying luggage too, so he is, and moving furniture and stuff like that. But no, the really good thing about it is getting to see the world and coming to all these competitions and staying in really nice hotels and having a bit of fun.
And you're pretty proud of him?
Oh, I am dead proud of him, so I am. Yeah.
Excellent. How are we going to get out of this, do you think?
I don't
Who gets out first? Maybe we're bound together forever.
I think Glenn might have something to say about that.
From a sweater to more sweating. Back to the action, and can Glenn Ross hang on to his lead here in the courtyard? This is a new event for Britain's strongest man, the loading race. Barrels, sacks, anchors, chains, put them all on the wall.
All black, Alan Turner, England.
Alan Turner on the right-hand side. Third place in the first event and last in the last event. Colin Bryce needs to win this one if he's got any hope at all of making it through to the final. Come to that, he's probably got to win the last one too.
Ready? On the whistle.
So here we go, the sack weighing 60 kilos, just short of 10 stones, and both men sprinting. Bryce is first. Alan Turner, the oldest man in the competition, so I wonder what his endurance is like. Then, the barrel, 75 kilos. It's not so much the weight, it's how awkward it is. This is a real thinking game. Alan Turner deciding to go sideways with that log. It's very, very awkward. Weighs over 16 stones, and Bryce has thought it out a little better. But Turner is still in the lead. Now the anchor weighs 100 kilos, but look at it. The shape is very, very awkward. Bryce is behind at the moment. Alan Turner having his best event so far, and now this awesome chain, 190 kilos, over 30 stones, and all of it has got to go onto the platform, and this is where Turner is failing. Bryce has got it 59 seconds or thereabouts. It could be even quicker. Turner's still got a bit of work to do, but that was phenomenal by Colin Bryce on the far side. He's got to get the whole thing on. There it is, 1 minute 12 seconds, and Turner is absolutely exhausted.
I think that'll be quite a hard time to beat, but we'll see.
Now, athleticism is obviously very important. You're a bit of an athlete. What sort of training should you be doing for something like this?
Oh, you know, any kind of aerobic work, fitness work. I do a lot of sprint training, about 90 seconds, and that was just perfect. Just hitting the wall to the last moment there.
But this could be a big comeback for you.
6 points in this, 6 points in the next. I'll go through his first place.
Well, I think if Johnny Kiss hit the wall, he'd probably knock it over. Stuart Murray as well. An important event for both of these fellas now. Johnny Kiss on the left-hand side, Stuart Murray about the same height, but Johnny Kiss a couple of stones heavier. What a fantastic target set by Colin Bryce, 57.31 seconds. Very quick for both men. On the sack, now the barrel. Johnny Kiss going well here. Stuart Murray just about a second behind. Now then, this is one of the most awkward objects. Stuart Murray really has got incredibly strong arms. Coming up to the half minute. 27 seconds left if either of them want to go into the lead. Which way are we going to get this up? Sideways or head on? Stuart Murray catching up just a little bit. It's Scotland at the moment, ahead of the Middlesex man. Oh, this is a real stumbling block for Johnny Kiss, and Stuart Murray is outside of Colin Bryce's time. So Bryce still in the lead, with only 2 men to go after this. Now come on, Stuart, you've got to get that final link of the chain up. And has he got it? Yes, he has. Stuart Murray round about 72 seconds. Come to think of it, that was Alan Turner's time as well, so the stopwatches here are going to be critical. Oh, Johnny Kiss, well, it was a valiant effort with the first 3 objects, but the anchor and the chain have proved very difficult indeed. The whistle goes, time has run out for Johnny Kiss. Oh my goodness, he's in all sorts of trouble.
Scotsmen are pretty good at this. We've got Colin Bryce in first place, but you're in second now, so not a bad event for you.
No, I thought I would do okay at that. I just need to keep in front of Rob Dixon. So I hope my time will be faster than his. We'll have to wait and see.
The final pairing, big Glenn Ross. On this side, weighs what? He's getting on for 30 stones against Rob Dixon.
For me in particular, it's a bit of a thinking game. They're not all the same objects, as you'll see, they're all different ones, so I've got to think what I'm doing, not just speed, it's think as well.
Now, how are you going to approach this one?
Just go all out for it, really. I'm usually very good at loading events, as long as they're heavy, and there's a couple of heavy things here today, so hope it should be my foray, and I'll go out and win it, you know.
You've still got to convince me you're built for endurance, but there's a lot of endurance in this one, isn't there?
Just watch and see.
Well, I'm not going to argue with Glenn Ross. He's too big for that. Ross on the right-hand side. Oh, almost a false start there by Rob Dixon. He's so eager to get this event underway. I think he fancies his chances here. Dixon by a whisker from Glenn Ross. Now the barrel. 75 kilos, nearly 14 stones. Glenn Ross is a few seconds behind already. Dixon is going well, the Yorkshireman. Oh, Glenn Ross now then. Dixon said it was a thinking man's game, and that was a good move by Glenn Ross. That was very quick with the pole. And this is where Johnny Kiss had all sorts of problems. Has Rob Dixon done enough thinking? Yes, he has. This is fast. Colin Bryce's time of 57.31 could be under threat, and he knows it. Glenn Ross is going pretty well. I take back all I said about his endurance. That doesn't seem to be a factor at the moment, and Colin Bryce has won it. Oh, it was so close. But this is Rob Dixon's best result so far, just outside 60 seconds. Glenn Ross having a bit of a problem. And he's got it. But that is a slow time for the Irishman. He could be down in about 5th place. And actually the doctor is going towards him just to make sure the big man is okay.
Well, victory for Colin Bryce puts him right back in it, but Glenn Ross, down in 5th, must be a worried man with one event to go, because any 2 of the top 4 can now make it through to the final.
Now, I'm sure you've done your homework. It's only a win that's important here, isn't it?
Yeah, I woke up this morning, I needed 2 firsts. I've got 1, I'm going to get my 2nd, hopefully. If I don't, well, that's... no excuses.
You're not going to be watching any of the other competitors, though. It's just eyeballs out all the way.
Yeah, I hope I'm going to be in the first part of the heat, and I'm going to set the running. So hopefully they'll have to catch me, and they'll make the mistakes.
So this is the medley event. Carrying a weight, flipping tyres, and loading barrels. And with just 2 points separating the top 4, anything could happen here.
It's absolutely incredible what has happened overnight. Colin Bryce way, way down after the first 2 events. That victory has brought him right back into this competition. Alan Turner right next to him, then Johnny Kiss. But it's all about this man. If he can win this event, he's got a real chance of going through to the final.
Whistle.
200 kilograms first of all, and Bryce is away. The Scotsman, whose father used to be the Scottish record holder for the hammer, went to the Commonwealth Games, and his son has followed in his footsteps, throwing heavy things around as though they were feathers. Johnny Kiss too is going well. Alan Turner's got some work to do. He's in 3rd place at the moment. Bryce on his way with the first barrel, 2 more to go. It's all about the stopwatch now. And 3 big men will go in the 2nd heat. Now come on, Colin, you've got a real chance. Johnny Kiss just outside 40 seconds. Alan Turner struggling a wee bit. Bryce is finished. Just over 47 seconds. Fantastic time again. And he's beaten the other 2 by a mile. Johnny Kiss has still got 1 more barrel to go. Alan Turner too. There'll be a huge cheer for these 2 entertainers when they're finished. Johnny Kiss has finished 64 seconds or thereabouts. Great experience for him. I'm sure he'll be another one who'll be back next year, bigger and stronger than ever. Giving Alan Turner all the encouragement. Oh, these last few steps must be agony, but he's done it. Colin Bryce was incredible, though.
47 seconds. That is phenomenal.
That had to be phenomenal. Rob's very good at this. So I think Rob could do it yet, though, so I haven't counted my chickens yet.
Rob, you obviously saw what Colin did. It was a phenomenal time, wasn't it?
Impressive. Very impressive,
So
yeah.
what do you have to do now to make it through to the final?
To beat him. I think I have to beat him. Count back, he'll beat me.
I know exactly what I've got to do, but I'm not giving it away at the moment.
You're not?
I don't need to beat Colin's time. I know who I've got to beat to get through.
Who is it?
Oh, well, we'll see.
Well, in terms of Stuart Murray's efforts here, he's got to stay ahead of Rob Dixon, that's for sure. Former world's strongest man, Yuko Ahala, one of the spectators, and there's Jamie Reeves, another former world's strongest man. There's some big fellas here, but this guy is the biggest, Glenn Ross. This event is absolutely crucial. It's all about mathematics and the stopwatch now.
Take your grip on the whistle.
Here we go. Oh, Glenn Ross stumbling. He's back on his feet and going well, and on the far side, Rob Dixon going well too. Stuart Murray in 3rd place at the moment. Rob Dixon the first to lift that tyre, and Glenn Ross the first to flip it. Dixon has got to stay ahead of Glenn Ross and Stuart Murray. Effectively, they've all got to beat Colin Bryce to make sure. Here goes Glenn Ross. He's on 1st. Stuart Murray 2nd. Rob Dixon 3rd. This is a fabulous climax to Heat 2 of Britain's Strongest Man. It's so close. Here goes Glenn Ross. Surely he's in the final now. I don't think Rob Dixon or Stuart Murray will make it. Colin Bryce has won the final event, and he will go through with Glenn Ross.
There's room for a fat one in this final.
Well, it's a brave man who would call Glenn Ross fat, that's for sure.
Well, a good day for the fat man, but it was always going to be tight. Colin Bryce's marvellous final day, though, meant that he was the man of the moment.
I wouldn't have turned up if I hadn't have thought I had a chance. Said I was the dark horse, and you know, I was probably a little darker than I really led on. But I mean, everything's fallen my way today.
But you're through to the final. You won the heat. That's the most important thing.
Outright.
Outright.
Well, that's good, isn't it? Going to win the final now. It's all big stuff for a big man.
So Ireland's strongest man through to the final of Britain's strongest man, along with Colin Bryce. Huge disappointment for Stuart Murray and Rob Dixon, which means that we have 4 finalists so far, 2 Scotsmen, an Irishman and a Yorkshireman. So we're halfway through our quest to find Britain's strongest man here at Alton Towers. 4 down, 4 more to find. Hope to see you again next time.
And that next heat is tomorrow night at 7 here on BBC One. Next tonight, the tough guys of Albert Square are looking a little bit shaky. In the Dale.
Still at Alton Towers, where 24 men are fighting it out for the Energizer Battery Trophy to be Britain's strongest man. One thing's for sure, there's no buffet on this train. I mean, your tea would go everywhere! We're halfway through now, and already 4 men have booked their places in the final. In the second heat, it looks certain that Scotland's Stuart Murray and Ireland's Glenn Ross were going to be the 2 to qualify. But with a